Hello everybody, Tom Cosm here. Today I'm going to show you a new device I've created called the Multi-Stage Knob. This is part of the Max for Live toolkit, which is a bunch of devices and utilities I've made to help speed up your production and make your performance more fun. That's the plan anyway. What do we have? So, this particular thing has a master knob in the middle that moves from 0 to 100%, and depending on where this knob is, it sends 5 different parameter values, and that also depends on where you have these split points here. So, I can move these split points anywhere I like along the lines. You can picture this as 0 to 100%. We can go split evenly if we want to split them evenly, or we can do half low or half high if you want a bit more of a range in the highs or the lows. Now, by moving this knob, you'll see that the parameter 1, 2, 3, or 4, and 5 values here will get sent up, and up, and up, and up, and up, and then when we move down, 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 down. And these can be assigned to anything within your project, so you're not restricted to just something within this audio track. You can map these to anything within your project. So let's have a look at how that works. Actually, just quickly, there's one more thing. There's a snapping button here. So you see how sometimes it leaves over little bits of parameters. If you turn on snapping, that means that when you do actually turn the knob, everything will snap to 0 if it's supposed to. So that's quite handy if you want to do big fast sweeps. Okay, so let's build something with this. I'm going to add a filter delay on this channel, and the reason I'm going to do that and use a filter delay is because the feedback goes up to 100%. Open up the bandpasses, well, the EQ as wide as we can, give it no dry whatsoever because we just want a wet signal because it is on a return track, and let's change the sync to 3/16 notes. So that should mean we send it something, and we can stop the audio. Because it's on 100%, it's going to keep delaying for us. Actually, let's just build this now with that delaying without the actual backing. So I'm going to add, first thing I'm going to add is I'm going to put a auto filter, and it's going to be on a low pass. Good. I'm going to add another auto filter, and it's going to be on a high pass. We're going to give them a little bit of resonance, some Q, give it a bit of character, a bit of life, and now we can map any of these 5 parameters to these filters here. So I'm going to map number 2 here. I'm going to map parameter 2 to the frequency of the low pass filter. I'm going to change the minimum value. We've got minimum and maximum values here, which is good. I'm going to change the minimum value to, say, 48, just so that it doesn't go down all the way, because that would cut all the frequencies away. I'm going to map the third one to the frequency of this high pass filter, and again I'm going to set the maximum value to be about 70, just again so it doesn't get rid of everything. So now if I move this up, you'll see when it gets to the parameter 2 area, it moves the low pass, and then we get a high pass. Great. Next thing I'm going to add is a redux. I'm going to turn it into soft downsampling mode, and I'm going to map parameter 1 to the downsample rate. I'm just going to double click these here to get rid of them, just so we've got a bit more space, or just to hide them. So I've put on my redux, and I've mapped parameter 1 to the downsample rate, and I'm going to change the minimum value to 100 here, and I'm going to change the maximum value to 0. So that means as this cutoff filter comes down, the redux will start crushing it. Excellent. Next thing I'm going to add is a reverb. You can use whatever you like here, remember, and I'm going to map parameter 4 to the dry wet value, and I'm going to make sure that the maximum is 50 because we don't want a completely wet signal. So once again, I'm going to turn snapping on here. Once again, so move this up, high pass, and we get some reverb. I'll take the high cut off the actual reverb because we're already cutting it with the high pass filter, and we'll give it some decay time, quite a lot. I'm going to bring the high pass down a bit, the max again, just so we can get a bit more frequencies in there, so the reverb can really sing. Excellent, and the final thing I'm going to add is an auto pan. Now, if you put the phasing on 0 and you turn it into beats mode and you use a saw down, then you get a cool rhythmical gating effect, like a volume gate. So I'm going to map the amount of the auto pan to the final parameter. So now as we bring that up, and we can change the rate to something faster if we like. Very cool. So now I have one knob. Remember, this is assignable. You can assign this to something on your controller that you've got. You can have multiple of these multi-stage knobs. It's really handy. I can see myself using this a lot, because sometimes you want to have a knob that does a whole bunch of different things, and unfortunately using the racks and stuff, you can't really have different stages. You've only got minimum and maximum values, but with this you can. So I hope you enjoy this. There's going to be a whole bunch of interesting things you can do with this, not just a delay, of course. You can attach this to synthesizers, arpeggiators, other Maxima Live patches. You can attach these to multi-maps, and then the multi-mappers can send out a whole bunch of different signals. Great, lots of fun. Okay, I hope that's cool. This will be free. Check the comments, and my name's Tom Cosm, and my website is cosm.co.nz, and you're awesome.